Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Friday. Yes, best day of the working week. You know it. Today it's so hot here in Berlin. I don't know about where you guys are, but it is going to be like a sweltering hot day, and we need to just start the day doing something to get our minds in the zone. So yeah, I've got my haven't spoken yet husky voice going on. We're excited for the weekend ahead. So yeah, that's all there is to report. We've got an observational drawing today. Well, I'm going to be observing. You'll be copying my lead, but hopefully it'll come out as a nice little drawing. We shall see. So without further chat, let's get on with it. Hello, Catherine. So let's spin you around. Yeah. My Friday brain is a bit like Monday brain. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start today by drawing a circle. Now, if you have something circular to draw around, you're very welcome to use it. It's going to be the bottom half of the page. Yeah, pretty much identify the middle of your page, and then you're drawing your circle around that size, depending on what size page you have. Hello camera. Focus. It should focus. I'm going to draw my circle freehand. Let's see how this goes. Ooh. That's not quite perfect, but it will do. Okay. Trying to make my camera focus. That's it. Do it. Okay, well, you see. Yeah, there we go. Finally. Having a moment, camera. Okay, so we draw our first circle, and then around this circle, we're going to draw like a shape that kind of starts here and here. So like in line, I guess, with the edge of the circle. There and about there. But it comes out wider. So it's like kind of a circle on this half, but then it comes out. So I'll show you. So just going parallel to the circle and then slightly tapering down a bit at the base there. And then just drawing a straight line across, or a straight-ish line, however straight you can get it. Ooh. I'm going to have to join that bit up a bit. There we go. Like that. So it's kind of like on a stand. If it was standing on the ground, it would be stable. And then down here, I'm going to draw two lines just above where the corner is, coming out in this direction and coming out in this direction. And then I'm going to join these two lines by doing a curve and coming around. So mine's going to like nearly come off of my page. But you get the gist. A curve like that. So that's our base of this object. Okay, now I want you to draw a rim for this circle. So depending on how big your thing is, you can either draw another circle on the outside of this circle, like that, or on the inside. So looking at mine, I think I like this space, so I'm going to draw it on the inside. Like that. So we just have a nice rim there. And then we're also going to identify the center of your circle. So it doesn't have to be exact, but where you feel the center is, just draw a little circle there. That's going to help you. Oh, mine's a little bit high, but that's okay. Then I'm going to draw another circle on the inside here, about halfway between here and the center circle. So like this. Ooh. If you don't like drawing circles, then I'm really sorry about today. And then we get a second chance. We're going to draw a rim on this circle too. So I'm going to go on the inside of this circle. You could also go on the outside. like that. Okay. Now we're going to come to the top of this circle shape, and we're going to just add a little bit of depth. So we're going to basically do crescents coming from each side that are getting a little bit wider as they go to the top, like that. And again on the other side from about there, just like a crescent, as if you were going to be drawing a crescent moon on top of this, but you're not finishing it. You will finish it eventually. Mine's a little bit uneven, but that's okay. I don't mind that look. Then identify here like 2 points that you're going to do soft U shapes. So one soft U and another soft U, like that, like 2 little eyes. And then from those soft U's, you're going to do 2 short lines coming up. 1 and 2. So it's like 2 little ears of whatever this thing is. And then in between that, you're going to do a kind of oblong shape in the middle, about that size. And then a soft U underneath this as well, and 2 lines joining it up. So it's like a little hammer. I'll show you a bit closer if you like that. And then I'm also going to just give this a bit of perspective by drawing a curved soft U there and a little line, but you don't have to do that if that's too much. And now we can join up these 2 lines, trying to do it in the smoothest curve of a way as possible. So mine's a bit bumpy, but that's okay. Bring that up. All right, and now we're going to do a really soft U shape up here, trying to hit just these, smudgy, just these points here. So I'm going to start from about here, bring it down and bring it back up. My soft U shape. Can bring that up to make it about the same level. And then I'm going to draw another, turn this into a crescent basically. So it comes ever so slightly down and up like that. Then I can just match these points up to this bit. And now I can add the top bit here. So that this can be like any shape. It could be the shape of a jug or something like that, but I'm going to do like the classic bowl. So I'm just going to continue this line up to basically the edge of my page, just because that's how much space I have. And then bring a soft U, very soft U. Basically looks like a straight line across like that. So in case you didn't know, this is in fact scales. So weighing scales for the kitchen. So now we have to come down back here and add all of our measurements. So you can be as loose or as intricate as you like here. But on the scales that I own, I have like ounces and pounds on the inside and kilograms and grams on the outside. So I don't know, I'm not going to go too specific, but I will just put in the main points. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 identifying. It actually starts at the top with 4 kgs. And then it is 1, 2, and 3. And then, of course, there's all of the bits in between. So just do a few marks like that, about 4 marks. Is that right? Yeah, 4 marks in each. I mean, you don't have to get technical. You can just do whatever suggestion of marks. Doesn't have to be very precise. Come back and draw those later. And then on the inside, we have pounds and ounces. So this is a bit different. It's got it goes up to £8 on my scales. 7, 8. Like that. So now you can draw the inside like sticky arm thing that points at how heavy things are. But if you're going to draw something in the top of your scales, then you will want to put your indicator pointing at some kind of weight. So you can think about what do you weigh in your scales? Flour, like when you're baking, pasta, if you don't have any idea about portion control, all sorts of stuff. So I think I'm going to, just for the ease of it, just do a pile of flour in mine, but you can get imaginative and draw kind of whatever comes to mind. What was the last thing you used your kitchen scales for? Was it oats? Was it rice? That's another one. Portion control is like insane with rice because it grows, doesn't it? I'm going to just draw the back edge of the bowl because I've drawn this back edge here, so the perspective's kind of looking down on it a little bit. So that's mine. So because I put all this flour in, I'm going to say that's about 300 grams of flour. So I'm going to point it about there. Actually, probably a bit more than that, isn't it? And just draw your pointer to whatever style is you. I am lucky I've got an actual scale to look at. Because basically when we had to stay in our houses or our flats for a while, I decided that I would, like many people, try baking. And I used to own a pair of like traditional scales, like the ones I've got now. I remember how pretty that they looked. I think I got them from like Wilkinson's or somewhere when I lived in London. Or no, it was even before London. I lived at home still. I got into cooking for a bit. And I just thought, yeah, they look so nice. But we ordered these online and they are so pretty. They're like the prettiest scales that I ever did see. Like a mint green colour. I'll show you on the way out. What do you want to see now? I don't know. Let's see my little setup. Show you very quickly. Ooh. Can you see them? Ta-da! And that's my little sketch. So that's what I've based this on. But of course, if you have your own scales that you know and love, please be my guest. So now I'm just going to add a little bit more detail. So you could go in and add all of the numbers, like you could just do that because it's it looks quite nice, I think. 400, 600. This is when you find out whether you've added too many prongs. 600. And I'm not trying to be neat here because I just don't. I'm going to smudge it all with my hand. 600, 800, and then 8, 0, 1, 2, 3. You can all count, I'm sure. And then on the inside, there's all of these little bits, but let's not get specific about this. I just want to give the overall feel of the scales. There's like lots of tiny little indicators, so you can be really specific. It's funny because like I bought the scales so I could measure things out, only because I genuinely had like no idea how much certain things would weigh. It's really hard when you have like a bag of flour and it's like you need 500 grams, and like it's hard to decipher what like half of that bag is, because it's like, is the bag full to the brim? I don't know. Does anyone else have these problems? I mean, not really difficult problems to have, are they? But still. Okay, now I'm just going to go in and add a bit more detail to my circle. So I'm just going to add a lower rim on the bottom half, because the perspective that I've used is kind of looking slightly above, so I can see the kind of black inner bit, which pushes this face in underneath the glass or plastic, I'm not sure, like that. And then I could do a bit of shading around this, but maybe I'll do that with paint because it's going to take too long otherwise. I'm going to add a little rim here. And of course, you can add a pattern to your scales. They don't have to be just a plain color. Pattern scales must exist, right? Oh, kitchenware must have designer patterns on them. When you go to the shops, I'm going to add a little bit of crease there, sheen. Yeah, it's coming on. I mean, like you could add little bits and bobs to really build this up and make it actually look quite good, I reckon. But depends on how much time and energy you want to spend on it on your Friday, on your hot Friday. So add a bit of shading there. And then maybe I'm gonna do a bit of painting. Oh no, I'll place it on a surface. So maybe I'll add like a bag of flour here, like an open bag, and then like bits of flour. I don't know how that is an open bag of flour. Just wanted to give the suggestion of busyness and maybe like the sieve there. These are all just added little extras you could do, but don't feel obliged to do them. And bits of flour and mess, because God knows when I bake, it's just mess everywhere. No, other bits of kitchen counter in the background. Bit of a wall. I don't know. It gives it a bit of context at least, just doing some random lines like that. And let's get to painting. So I'm going to mimic the same colour. Go for a kind of green. It's like I'm painting your portrait scales, isn't it? Lucky day. Just because I think it's such a nice, calm, cutesy colour. And like picking out random inanimate objects to draw and paint can actually be really nice. And especially I think in this kind of loose style where you're not too worried about the precision of drawing, you're not drawing like a realistic photo of your appliances. It can look quite cute and actually look quite nice on your kitchen wall. I think so. Yeah. Gentle colour. Let's do a little bit of brown for the packaging of the flower. So it seems to have muted colours, the flower packet. And maybe do a bit of a dark surface so that you can see the bits of, maybe I'll draw them in my white pen a bit later. Like that. Very handy to have that little white pen that I used the other day. Little highlights. Actually, yeah, and this can highlight this kind of like a metal. And this as well, so just drawing kind of just painting bits of it so you can kind of get a reflective feel, but being quite lazy here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Have you ever made a cake or gone to bake something and it says this many grams of sugar and you're like, yeah, sure. And then you pour the sugar in and you just see like this slowly moving. You're like, what the hell? Sorry, how much sugar? You don't realize how much sugar goes into cakes and stuff until you're the one putting the sugar in and just thinking, how can I really? I'd rather not know. Rather that bit be taken away. Someone else just puts the sugar in for me and then I never know. So I can actually enjoy the treat. Not feeling like you're poisoning your loved ones. So adding a little bit of blue to make it a bit more interesting there. Add a little bit of blue to this packaging too, because why not? I'm going to mimic the surface color at the back here. That maybe I'll do a soft pink inner face because it's not like, maybe it's just reflection, but it's not completely white. I want to give it a bit of history, a bit of warmth. Just add a bit there, a bit to the flower, a bit of yellow maybe. And maybe a bit of brown to this bit. I'm not sure what this bit is, but it's just a background. I don't want it to be white, so it's going to be brown. There we go. And that is finished, I think. I think the only thing that I would do to it, maybe, is to define this bit a little bit more, giving it a bit of a darker edge. So that it stands out a bit, gives it a bit more depth. But other than that, I quite like the soft, gentle nature. Maybe I'll add a little bit of shading using a bit of blue and a bit of green, deeper green. I did say I would do that, didn't I? Around here. And up here. Just giving it a bit more oomph. on this side. Gave it a little bit more oomph, didn't it? Yeah. I think I will leave it there. Oh, sorry, loud noises. For now, I hope that you enjoyed painting your scales. Show you a little close up. My messy handwriting. And flower. Keeping it real on our Fridays. Maybe this is an indication of what is to come on the weekend. A little bit of baking, perhaps. Maybe it's too hot to bake this weekend because it's going to be extremely hot. And then when you bake and the oven gets hot and then it makes the whole kitchen hot for ages, maybe not. Maybe just go out and buy some baked goods or just some ice. I hope that you have amazing Fridays. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know what you think about the topic. And I will be back here next week on Monday for our next week of sessions. So thank you. And let's hit that button. Take care of yourselves. Have amazing weekends. Bye.